Hi, it's Bill Cohen for Straight Circle Martial Arts. This is creating tremendous punching power from relaxation and tension. Martial arts is a funny thing, right? You always hear you have to relax the hit and don't tense. But you have to have tension to actually deliver the blow. So what is tension? And I don't think most people understand. What most people think tension is they flex. And then they try to swing, and it takes all the fluidity out of their body and makes their punches very stiff, and it takes all the power from you. It's like taking a hose and crimping it, right? You want the energy to flow through your body naturally. You don't want this tension to clamp it all off. So how do you create tension without tensing? How you do it is you have to understand what you're supposed to tense. What you're supposed to tense is your ligaments and tendons. But you don't actually tense them by gripping them or squeezing them. You tense them by putting them in the correct position. So you can try this at home. It's really, really easy. All you want to do is you want to go to one leg and keep turning and turn until you stop. And what you'll feel is tension in your knee and tension in your hip. It's not that you created that tension by flexing. You created it by turning. Well, what that did was it stretched the rubber bands in your body. Now those rubber bands are ready to pop back because you stretched the rubber band, then you let go. That's all it is. It's really, really important that you don't flex, that you let the movements of your body happen naturally. So if I go like this and I stretch, I've stretched these rubber bands. And now they want to come back. You're using your body to do its natural work instead of flexing and being tight. So how you practice this? It's really simple at first. It's going to be big. As you get better, this will get much smaller. What we just did. I want to go like this. I'm going to let everything stretch. And then I want to just let it unstretch. Stretch. Like chest back, right? Extend the hips, twist the knees, twist the hip, and let it just uncork. When you get better at this, it won't be as big. So what I'm doing now is I'm waving it really big so you can see it. I'm making it really big, and I'm coming over the top. But in real life, if you do that, you're going to get killed when you're fighting because it's too slow. You can't do this to make that happen. What you're trying to do really is just learn to feel how the body works. Because if you start really small, you won't feel it, and you'll be too tight. You need to break the body down. We need to go to extremes almost to get a feel for how everything loads and unloads. As you get better, it'll just be like a short load and unload, and it'll just pop through. And it's like you're letting an arrow off a bow. It's just gone. Start with that one. When you get better though, what you want to do is you want to experiment and feel where all the loads are. So I just did a straight punch. Can I do it from here? Can I throw it that way? Can I come this way and throw it this way? Can I come this way? Can I load the body? When I finish this, what I want to feel is how did I load the next one? Because once you go to the next, and go to the next, and go to the next, and just keep creating that energy. So what you're doing is you're loading one side, you let that energy go, and by letting it go and relaxing, it creates more tension, which allows you to go again. And you relax again, and it creates more tension, allows you to go again. And it just keeps popping. And when you get better with this, you'll find that they get shorter, and you'll feel like these little tensions and relaxations, you'll be able to turn them on and off really quick. The problem with tension and flexing is when you do it, it does not turn off fast. You go like this and you tense, and then you have to untense, which is really, really difficult to do because you're grabbing and then you have to let go. But if you just allow your body to tense itself, let it untense and tense and untense, it happens in like a fraction of a second. It's so much quicker. My personal opinion is people figure this out using weapons. Because when you're using something heavy and it tires you out, you don't have the luxury of being very tense and flinging it around. So another thing you can do is you take a baseball bat, a big stick, I don't care what it is. What you do is you take this thing and you load. And then you unload and feel how it loads you in another direction, which unloads you in another direction, which unloads you in another direction, which unloads you in another direction. If you'll notice, I'm doing this really big so you can see it. But do you see how like fluid the body is and how much it moves? It's not tightness like this, which doesn't create any power. So when you're doing this, you want very relaxed motions. Eventually, it'll get smaller, right? And it'll be comfortable. But when you're doing this, you'll see motions like this in the body. Now, I see a lot of guys do this with little sticks. It's okay, but usually those guys I see are very tense anyways, because the little stick is not heavy enough to force you to move the joints properly. When you have a little stick, you can snap it with your wrists. When you want to move your joints, you need something with a weight. You need something that forces you to expand and contract and use those rubber bands in the body to pump. If you don't pump with the body properly, then it can't move. Also, if you're not flexible enough, you won't get around it, which is important to do. You need your body to move. If you relax enough, you can create multiple shots. And you'll just bounce from one technique to technique. You only tense on impact of the hit when you fist. Everything else should be relaxed until the point where the ligaments and tendons stretch and want to unstretch again. This is high level work. It's not easy to do. It's much easier just to go like this and go with your hips. I'm not going to lie to you. And if you're big and strong, you get away with it. But as you get older, not so much. So take the time and practice and feel how the body wants to unload and load and unload and expand, contract, and create that little bit of tension to create relaxation, to create tension. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel immensely.